Alright guys, before we get into the video, I'm going to talk to you yet again about Futtrading.co.uk. Thank you to everyone that continues to subscribe and support our content. It means the world to us. You guys know we work very hard on the website. You make a lot of coins, but without you guys, we don't have a website. So thank you very much for that. We're working on another big giveaway this month, and hopefully we'll have details of that in the coming days for you guys. But just so you know, £10 a month gets you access to Tier 1 perks, which is buying and selling prices for icons, specials and silvers, as well as Thursday flips. They bang all the time, a lot of coins to be made. And with Tier 2, you get all the Tier 1, plus Chem Star filters, plus live filters, and we're adding UCL cards to that as well. PC prices have now been added, and we continue to add more PC features in the coming days and weeks. So make sure you check out Futtrading.co.uk. You'll make millions as simplistically as anything. But for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe down below. Never been more important because we're getting towards the end of trading on this giveaway account. I'm about 2.7, 2.8 million once everything sells. And details will be coming in the next day or two of how you can win this account with 2.8 million coins on it and really set yourself up for the rest of the game. It's an Xbox account. If you're PS, I'm sure you know what you can do with coins. I'll say no more. But we will be trying to do one on PS as well for you guys. So make sure you subscribe. We want to try and keep giving back to you guys. I know it's a weird way of doing it, but we also do giveaways for our website, for Futtrading.co.uk, all that stuff to give back to you guys for allowing us to do this full time. But yeah, you get 3 uploads a day on this channel. The morning is League SBC Methods of Glory. That is me crafting players and packs and teaching you guys how to do it so you can open as many packs as you want pretty much for free without using FIFA points. It's a great method and I know a lot of you guys love it. We've just restarted the grind on my account so you guys can follow along with me. The evening video is a trading series. So we've been trading on this account. Once that's done, we're going to be starting a new series called Trading 2. And I'm going to give you guys options of players that you want me to trade towards. The stream this morning seemed to lean heavily towards Johan Cruyff's prime or Eusebio's prime. We'll try and do that in a week or 10 days. That would be the aim for that. And then the midnight content is usually either packs, again, no FIFA points spent, trading tips, or my thoughts on the game. And I was hoping today it was going to be me bringing you packs, but EA saw fit not to drop any upgrade packs or anything today. In fact, the content we got today, in terms of what they dropped, this just reembruised that utterly dreadful SBC, as bad as it gets in my opinion for so far this year. And it was something I talked about in yesterday's video that I was worried that EA yesterday looked like here's loads of content and whatnot, and then yet again they get lazy. Jamie and his team get very lazy. This card is a diabolical value for money SBC. I'll show you why in a minute. But an 84 team of the week, 85 team of the week. I just no, simple as that. But because of that, what we're going to be doing instead is giving you guys a trading method that, for those of you that don't have time to snipe onto specials and do that sort of stuff, it's a really effective way to trade. And the reason why I want to show you guys this trading method is because it's a 24-hour trading method. You can trade in this way at any point. And I know a lot of you guys have started watching me from South Africa, Australia, all those sort of places, and you've been asking me for help with trading tips to fit your time zones. This is one that definitely works for you guys too. So the first thing to note about it, it's basically trading with fluctuations, and cards on FIFA fluctuate up and down. I've said that to you guys a load of times before, but cards fluctuate up and down. Now, people liken the FIFA transfer market to the stock market, and there are some similarities, but the big difference between the two is the stock market opens and closes. The FIFA transfer market is 24 hours a day. And really, there are 2 ways that I define fluctuations on this game. The first is organic fluctuation, and that is based upon the amount of people in the game at that time, the demand for a card, and anything that happens on the game in terms of like weekend league, for example, bring the price of cards up and down, that sort of thing. And then there's what I call artificial fluctuation, which is when something like an SBC or pack supply changes the player's price temporarily, and we can buy in there. So I'm going to show you 2 examples of players that I've used today, show you guys how you can look for them. Urban Perspective and Resub, I appreciate it, bro. Show you how you can trade with them, and then you guys can start to put together a list of players that you like using. Now, the first thing to start with is if you are already special card trading, use the cards you know their values are pretty well. So you guys know this week, I've done a lot of fluctuation trading with Depay, Wilfried Zaha's 86 card, because I know their fluctuations quite strongly. But 2 cards that I've been doing, I'm going to show you my transfer pile now. The 2 cards I've been looking at tonight are James Maddison, as it comes up. I'll just show that to you so I can clear the transfer pile off. These are all the silvers we invested in last night, sold. We made massive profit last night. Silvers are incredible. This João Cancelo, you guys know I do not lie to you about things. I bought him at I think 250. Tried to get 270 for him, it didn't go well. Stopped at 240, so I made like a 20k loss on that João Cancelo. My own fault for getting greedy. But I'm always honest with you guys. Not the best buy I've ever done, but it's only 20k. I've made it back easy off the silvers. But these are 2 cards we've been looking at. Milinkovic-Savic and James Maddison. And we're going to start by talking about James Maddison. Now, straight up, the reason why I went with Maddison is because I've been selling him non-stop for 80,000 coins with a hunter on him relatively easily. And the reason why I like James Maddison, and that's what you've got to think about trading on FIFA, is why is he good at the moment? And for me, the simplistic reason why he's good at the moment is twofold. The first is we have this Wayne Rooney, wherever he is. Wayne Rooney card that everyone's doing who is English. Obviously, Maddison links to him. And then in Future Stars, we've also got that Harvey Barnes card, who is a perfect link to Maddison. And so, basically, at 6 PM tonight, content drops, and loads of people come onto the game, and then what I call churn happens. So I used to work in recruitment, but basically it's called churn. And at that point, there were more people in the game, so more people buying and selling cards. And that tends to move the market around. But when there's promo packs and things like that, people panic sell, or people sell off their cards and undercut each other, and stuff doesn't get picked up really. People tend to list, open packs up, and then buy cards once they've done that. And so cards at 6 PM tend to take a hit in price, and it's why on the site we advise you buying in post 6 PM, and then they start to steadily rise. And so I'm going to show you a graph in a minute. I know James Maddison is an 80k seller, roughly, give or take, with a hunter on him. I've not had a problem selling him for that for most of the day today and yesterday. Now I'll show you what we picked him up for in terms of buys so far. So we picked one up for 71,000 coins. We picked one up for 71,500. One for 72,000 coins. One for 72,000 coins. One for 71,500. So at 80,000 coins, which is what he sells for, and I'll show you how you look for that in a minute. We're making about 6,000 coins profit a card. However, while doing that, I also saw James Maddison pop for 63,000 coins, which is about 15,000 coins profit for the card once I sold him for what he sells for without a hunter on him. So that's for me perfect. But that's basically how I would explain to you guys organic fluctuations on the market. At different points in the day, cards have different bits of value. So for example, if you're in the Australian time zone, when you wake up, some cards will be higher, some cards will be lower. As long as you know what the highs and lows are of those cards you're trading with, you can do it with any card. You just need to know which ones to go for, which ones to avoid. And that's the most important thing here. Sometimes in the morning, cards will be lower, less demand than higher. 6 PM is the optimum time for it, of course it is. But trust me when I tell you, the market fluctuates all the time and cards fluctuate at different times. But we've also got Milinkovic-Savic here. Oh, okay, thank you for the follow, bro. You made it to the video. Milinkovic-Savic here. Now, this is an example of what I call artificial fluctuation. And what happened tonight was EA dropped more lightning rounds for Future Stars. And so we've got a mass supply of rare player packs, jumbo rare player packs, and ultimate packs. And so, for me, I looked at the transfer market, and I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about trading with these Future Stars cards. And for me, number one, it's risky because we don't really know the demand yet. I like those sort of cards to settle. But also, if that's the play that everyone's going for, then why would I compete with those people? What I decided to do was to look at the team of the week and see the cards that were on there. And Sergei Milinkovic-Savic took my eye because he's not that much more expensive than his 87 card. So he's got some rides in him no matter what happens. But he's also a relatively high rated card. So what tends to happen with these sort of cards is, if you were to trade with an 82 or 83 rated team of the week, they'd be packed continually and their price really crashes. With someone like a Milinkovic-Savic, his price is relatively stable because not everyone's going to be packing an 88 walkout team of the week. So as long as you're patient, you can get some good deals on him. So now if I show you what I paid for him, 70,000 there, 70,000, 72, 70,000, 72, 73, 70,000. That's what he paid for Milinkovic-Savic. Now, before lightning rounds hit, he was 84,000 coins on Xbox, and he's dropped off since then. But what I saw yesterday on his graph, which I'm going to show you all this stuff in a minute, this is just setting the scene for you. What I saw on his graph was that yesterday he took a hit and then bounced back. So there's demand for this card. People do like it. It's a very good card. Everyone loves his headliners. We saw a similar with Tavernier. When Tavernier's headliners came out, big dip, then he climbed, because Tavernier's still a good card. And this is a very, very good Serie A midfielder. But why else did I choose Milinkovic-Savic? Well, Tonali, for example, the objective card, Serie A, links into him. So he's got demand there from that card. And it's things like that at the moment that I'm thinking about. You got Krukevski, is that his name, Krukevski? The right wing card from Juve. Dalot, the left back card from AC Milan in Future Stars. So there's going to be some sort of demand around this Milinkovic-Savic. Is it the most meta card in the world? No, but it's still a very, very good card. So, I've talked about the cards, I've talked about how fluctuations work. The most important thing to understand and take away from this is cards fluctuate all the time. There's no point saying, when do I buy, when do I sell? You have to work it out by looking at their graphs. Because, for example, Milinkovic-Savic might be one of those cards that fluctuates at 3 AM in the morning, which is perfect for Australia, but it might fluctuate better at 6 PM, all that stuff. What we're going to do is I want to go over to FutBin and FutWiz now, and I want to show you firstly why that Rian Brewster card is not worth it, and the graphs for James Madison and Sergey Milinkovic-Savic, so you can see why I bought in the way I did, and start to apply that to your own knowledge. So let's go over to FutBin and FutWiz, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we'll start by talking about this Rian Brewster, and that picture tells you everything you need to know about why this card isn't worth it. Firstly, why was he chosen? He's not scored a goal and been on the bench most of the time for Sheffield United this season, so I don't really know why he was chosen. And secondly, he's 229k. There are two midfielders there with more in-game stats than he has got, more total stats on their card, and you can't see it at the moment because my finger's in the way here. But Watkins here, I can't show him, he's 67k on the Xbox market, and Wilson's 23k on the Xbox market, and they're both tradable. It's a dreadful card. It really is a dreadful, dreadful card. I don't know what they were thinking, but yeah, I don't know if they're playing to Liverpool fans because they thought Liverpool fans would do it, but it's a joke of an SBC, and for content today, it's not good enough. Let's be honest. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk about James Madison. So, at the moment on Xbox, let's refresh what he's actually at the moment. We'll go back to the game in a minute so you can see this, but 79,500 now is what he's bounced back to since 6 PM. And if I look and show you what he's done recently, he's to the moon and back, and his demand has been there because of Rooney, mainly because of Rooney anyway. Rian Brewster today may have given him a bit more demand, but I doubt it. I don't think many people are doing that card. But we know that his price is up. And then all I've got to do is check his hourly graph as well and see what his average price has been recently. So FutWiz's graph is horrendous. It's absolutely diabolical, but we'll try and get it going if we can. But basically, if you look along this mark here, why is it so bad? FutWiz sort this out. 78,000 there. His low's been 76, 78, and then look, here at this point now, he's at a high point. Now, why did I know he'd go high? Because what happens is, people open packs up today, they've got more coins to spend, they go and buy them. People that want to go and buy that Harvey Barnes card might have bought him and linked him to Madison. So there's going to be demand, and Saturday's the highest point in the market, so that's why I was very comfortable in doing it today. But I know, even at his lows here is 76, I can't make a loss at 71. And because I bought with Hunters, I'm going to allow the extra on those as well, so I should get 81 plus overnight for that card. So that's where we're at with that there. But that gives me an idea of what he is. So I take my knowledge and I go, okay, cool. Rooney, Brewster, Barnes, graphs, Hunter Chem style, bang. There's all my profit right here, right now. And that's why I went for Madison in that sense. And that's an example of not artificial, organic inflation. It goes up and down, 71, 75, 70, up and down as time goes on. But I know in around 78 to 82,000 coins is safe for him. So I knew what to buy him for and what not to. Now, Sergey Milinkovic-Savic is a difficult one. It's a different one. So, this is Milinkovic-Savic's graph for Friday and Saturday. Now, I'm going to show you his daily graph to give an example of what this guy has done. And basically, he came out... Why is this all come up like this? FutWiz have become terrible recently. No, you're going to just keep doing this. Let me refresh this page. So, his daily graph, and this is what he has done. Since he came out, he has completely plummeted. But it doesn't give you the real story. Hourlies is where I care. So, if you look... yesterday, he was 85,000 coins at 9 PM and steadily kept seeing a decrease down to 77, 68 as low as this morning at 5. But then today we've seen more of what his actual price is in and around, and if you see it here, 80,000, a dip to 78, a dip to 80,000 there, up to 84, down to 80, back up to 81, and so we see there's a steady pattern now of him being at around 80,000 coins as his daily average price. Now, that arms me with the knowledge. Now, you can see there's 81,000 coins as he's updated 3 minutes ago, 82, 83. When I'm picking him up, I'm armed with that knowledge that he's been around 80,000 coins. So I know that as long as I get him sold tonight into tomorrow, I'm probably going to make myself 8,000 coins profit per card that I bought because I know that's what he sells for. Now, if I could pick him up with Hunters and Shadows and stuff like that on him, brilliant. But he's different because I'm getting from packs. He's been opened up and dropped onto the market. The reason that I really like Milinkovic-Savic is he's a pain to go and get him. Because he's got an 87 and an 86, and there's no way really to differentiate these because the price gap on them all is quite similar. It's not massively similar, but it's quite similar. But what's happened tonight as well here, and this is the second facet of this, is because he's been supplied so much, his 87 has dipped very heavily. Very, very heavily. Now if you look, that's his daily graph. So Wednesday, that was what he was at. He's now down very low there. Now if you look at his hourly graphs, look at that. So he was down at, why is FutWiz playing up? 58 there. Down to 48 at 4 PM. Up to 55 at 9 PM, and he's dipped again. There could be a potential bounce back in this card that I'm interested in. If I see him down at 48s, 50s tonight, I'll probably buy him again. Because that's, again, a natural fluctuation. He came down with the price of the 88. he's now rising with the price of the 88. And that's why I quite like trading with these cards, because there's a natural fluctuation on them. And you can see that quite heavily when you're buying them and selling them. So when the 88 comes down, there's still potential buying for the 87 again. Even the 86, you can buy into a fair few of them. And as one rises, the other one rises. If someone can't afford the 88, they buy the 87. If they can't afford the 87, they buy the 86. And it goes up with each other. So that's why I quite like these cards. But that is basically how you trade with fluctuations. Now, if you're already trading with special cards, you're armed with this knowledge already. You know, for example, Jonathan Bambo on Xbox is about 75 to 80,000 coins. So if you see a fluctuation during the day and it's down at 65, you're like, well, actually, let me see if there's anything that means he could be coming down for a reason. So I look on Twitter, see if there's any leaks or anything. I look on the game and see if there's like a left wing that's come out that means it's coming down. If not, I know that's relatively a safe buy, because I can flip him overnight, which is what I'll do with the cards I've got. I can flip him overnight and sell him on, knowing safe in the knowledge that there's not really anything else to affect his value. But the reason why I'd show fluctuations at this time of night is it's a really good time to start with them. Because midnight's when the game's quite quiet. So yes, cards aren't going to fluctuate as much, but it gives you the chance to go and look at the cards you're trading with and just see what they do. So let's say theoretically, let's go back onto the game quickly. Let's say theoretically I see this Milinkovic-Savic here and I go, okay, cool. At the moment he's at 70,500. I can add into my transfer targets and I can compare price on this card. And I can go, okay, cool, what's he actually currently at the moment? So there's one for 75,000, for example, 82,000. And I can look for an undercut on him. And I can see if that fluctuation on him is actually as high as I think it is, or is it just a one-off? And if I see him coming down steadily, I can go, actually, there's one for 75 there. That's a transfer target, so now. So that one's gone. Now 75, for example, I can add to transfer targets and go, actually, let me see, 76 has gone as well. He's being bought up, which is perfect for me. I can then wait for an undercut on him. And if he keeps being undercut, I know that fluctuation is quite heavy. I wait for the low point before people start buying in. Then I buy in and sell on when he rises and sell in the hype of him. But that's why I like it this time of night. It gives you the opportunity to go away, look at what the market's doing, see these cards, pick them up bit by bit. Because again, although there's less cards on the market at this time of night, there's also going to be less competition for you to pick up cards that maybe are fluctuating downwards. And also, EA have had a habit recently of releasing a couple of lightning rounds or a couple of bit of pack supply for the American and Australian audience, and that means you can probably buy into someone like this Milinkovic-Savic and flip him on relatively easily. Alright guys, so you might be wondering why I've changed. I've just had a shower after finishing recording the video, but as you guys know, I like to show you cards selling. So these are all the cards that have sold so far. Got the rest of it sold so far. Got the rest of these guys here listed up. They should sell hopefully throughout today into tonight and whatnot, but already we've got 4 of the Milinkovic-Savic sold and 2 of the Madison sold, so I'm pretty happy with that. That's the 63k one we bought, so after tax, looking at, well, 12 to 13,000 coins profit on him. So yeah, this is them selling. Continue the video. I'll be right back. But that is fluctuation trading. There's going to be much more detail about it in the new series where we're trading. I'm probably going to trade to Prime Eusebio, I think, because I'm going to give you guys loads of detail. Make sure you check out the 5:15 video tomorrow. I'm going to be talking you guys through how to trade from 50k to 1 million in a week. If you follow the steps in that, it's going to be so detailed. If you follow the steps in that, I promise you now, you will make 1 million coins in a week if you do it properly and you engage with what's being said. But like I say, make sure you subscribe down below if you're new around here, because someone's winning this account. I'm going to get everything sold on it in the next 24, 48 hours, and I'll let you guys know how you can enter that giveaway. Morning video, League SBC Method to Glory. Get involved with that. Trade along with me. Grind along with me. I guarantee you'll make a difference to how much you are enjoying this game this year. Check out Futtrading.co.uk. Join the Discord. Follow me on my socials. But for now, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.